Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OWLET. I am your caster, Hotohori, and today we bring you the match between Top Ramen Mk3 and Banned by the Way, BTW. It is a 4-map selection today. It will be Volskaya Industries to start us off, followed by Kings Row, Oasis, and Gibraltar. And if you have been interested in what's been going on around the outlet, Monday's games finished off yesterday with Don't Envy Us knocking down Karmia 2024-0. The Furious Unicorns take down the Toblerones 3-1, and WSOL maintain their undefeated record, but they do draw a map against Philly Fusion and end up with a final score of 3-0. Today's games are in red, and it will be Rinse and Shine versus the Deadlock game. That game is in progress. Phoenix Esports and Naptime, Mayday and Los Muertos, and Microsoft Excelsior and Lotus are all in progress at the moment. The game that we'll be bringing you today is Top Ramen versus Banned by the Way. And it is going to be, they're in the middle of setting up right now, so Okami is our channel host, but let's take a look at the group standings here, and this was as of Monday. So in the Snowy Division, it is topped by WSOL, followed by the Furious Unicorns, Philly Fusion, and the Deadlock Gang. It is the Toblerones and Rinse and Shine. Rinse and Shine playing the Deadlock Gang right now. I don't know the score, but they are going for their first win. In the Strix Division, it is Microsoft Excelsior still leading that, but tied with Banned by the Way, who are going to be playing here for their fourth win. They've only lost one map up to this point, so both teams sort of going for it in the top of the Strix Division. It's followed by Naptime, Phoenix Esports,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
OWLET. I am your caster. Oops, sorry. Sort of a little bit of feedback there from the casting. So I am sort of maintaining and watching my channel right now. So, and now it looks like both teams are getting ready to go, as we are going to be in for Volskaya Industries. So we'll take a look at both teams as they're setting up right now. It looks like Vesper is going to be coming in for Cap on the side of Top Ramen. Oops, let me fix the scores here, as the team scores are incorrect. And as we're starting off, and it is Vesper C in for with Venzito, Zoe, Pando, and Chowboy. On Banned by the Way, we have Eternal Shiva, Grumpy Zero, Foxer, Destroyer, Mailman, and Technician. So Yo, Omega, and Surfy will be the subs here on the side of the spectators. Cap and Surfy are being allowed in-game, but only speccing their teams. Coaches will have free reign to watch the entire team. So we're going to get started here in just a second. I will let them know that casters are ready. For those of you at home, I am casting solo until Razarip here gets back into the game. He is actually, I think, watching the Deadlock Gang play Rinse and Shine right now. So therefore,
or is he?
Or is he not? Hi, Raza.
How you doing, Hodo?
I'm good. How you doing, Raza?
Actually, I will be back in 5 minutes because I do have to go do something coachy. What a letdown. Back in a sec, guys. Sorry.
All right. So Raza's going to be back here in just a sec. But we will get started here very, very soon. Just want to lower his mic down. Don't want to drown you out in all of the stuff that he's doing. But yeah, Raza is doing double duty, as he is the coach of the Deadlock Gang and also my co-commentator today for the Top Ramen and Banned by the Way. So as we are getting started, I'm just going to let our room attendant and referee Okami know that I am ready. So just letting both teams know that Caster is ready. So as we are getting started here, it'll be interesting because Top Ramen here, as we go into the group standings real quick, so as we just sort of flash those up again, Top Ramen did get their first win this week, but are sort of middling in the ground in 5th place in the Strix Division. This is a big game for them. If they can pull an upset win here over Banned by the Way, they will go to 2-2 and go to 3rd in the Strix Nordics division. Band, by the way, here are in a neck-and-neck race with Microsoft Excelsior, and Excelsior are playing right now, so I'm not exactly sure uh, what the score is from them, but Excelsior, the Scrub Cup champions, Scrub Cup 5 champions here, still doing their thing at 3-0 with a +10 map differential. So we're going to go into Volskaya Industries now. It will be Banned, by the way, in red and on offense first, with Top Ramen defending Volskaya Industries first. Mr. Crit, who is the coach and player on the side of Top Ramen, will be starting here for his team. On the other side here, the impressive Band, by the way, looking like they're going to sort of mess with me here a little bit, but it looks like Destroyer going on the Brigitte, with Boxer here on the Zarya as we get started. I'm going to do this a little casually here because Raza is a little sick, and normally when I partner with Raza in the cast, Raza handles the play-by-play and I will do the color commentary. But in this particular case, Raza is feeling a little down. Because he is a little ill, so therefore he will be doing light color here, and I will actually slow down my cast and try to be as descriptive possible instead of calling the action as we see fit. So a little bit of an experiment here with regards to the gas. I will try to sort of keep up and make sure that the camera follows the teams in, and I will do a little bit more ult following here too. So for those at home, I will actually be trying to pay attention to the DPS ult and the tank ults as to the camera usage. So as soon as you see a tank ult, I might switch to, if let's say Fenzito from Top Ramen has his ult up, I might switch to him to expect either an Earth Shatter to come through or a combo. A lot of the other times we will be actually doing free cam just so that we can see the action and how the teams move for the coaches who are observing. So it looks like now we are starting off here, and it looks like Technician on the Reinhardt here will be going out, and it looks like Benzito and Top Ramen are going to be holding high here at the door. So no letting them onto the point here. They're going to try to give him here. It looks like the Zarya here. Foxer got like sort of misplaced, but Technician gets really, really low, so he's going to have to back up here. They want to heal him back up. Destroyer also very, very low, and down goes the Destroyer. Good pick off by Zoe here, as they're actually like sort of forcing them around. Pandu actually comes around and tries to get the Hanzo down. Grumpy Zero actually was actually forced back but didn't get killed, so very risky there from Top Ramen, but good stuff here still. They're still holding very, very steady here with time at 4:14. Wait, this is not set to competitive, is it? Hold on. Because there should only be 4 minutes here on the clock, and I don't see it being set to competitive mode. There might have to be a reset here, just because it looks like Mr. Crit comes down. I'm going to keep calling this game, but I'm almost positive that, like, because we don't have scores up, either the scores are empty. 8:30. Yeah. This needs to be reset. Alright, so it looks like Pandu here, looks like no. So it looks like here we've sort of realized what was happening here. It is not set to competitive, so we're going to have to get a reset here. As we are at a false start. Teams are still fighting, and there we go. So what ended up happening here was the map was not set to competitive. There we go. Looks like now finally, there. So after a slight error as to what is going on here, Okami realizing what is going on. So was forget. So it looks like they're going to have to reset all of the settings here. Match referee Okami forgetting to set it to competitive mode. It's probably just a little easier just to have it set for just have a preset here, but there was a disconnect too here on the side of Top Ramen. So they need to wait for one of their players to come up. Prodigy Matt is unmuting during the match when he's not playing. Okay. Uh, so all right. Just making sure here. So just in case that everything's going on, Prodigy Matt here. So everybody here was unmuted because of the restart, and just letting Mr. Crit know that Okami just letting Mr. Crit know that Okami is the match ref and game host. So just in case, just in case, it looks like Pandu here is reconnecting. And just wanted to make sure. So we're gonna have a restart here on Volskaya Industries. Looks like Zoe here giving a sec here. It looks like a full reset is going to happen. I'm going to actually just re-show the overall standing, the group standings here again, as we're in the middle of our pause. So for those who are watching, here are the divisions between the two teams, the Snowy and the Strix division. This is a matchup in the Strix division between Man by the Way and Top Ramen. So it looks like so it is going to be looks like, and I think they want to make sure that the observers who are not the coaches actually also, so getting some updates here for the game. Kami just making sure everything is going correctly. So Pandu Steer getting into the strength, but as we take a look here at the league standings, you see that this is a game between number 1 and number 5 in the Strix division. So let me see if I can get some other updates from other scores here around the league. And some Monday games have come through. It looks like the Deadlock gang end up taking down Rinse and Shine. Looks like Rinse and Shine win the last map on Gibraltar 2-1, but were unable to take down the Deadlock gang. It looks like it was a very close King's Row, as Rinse and Shine actually finished the map along with the Deadlock gang, but unable to sort of finish with time, and that was the difference, as Deadlock Gang take them down 3-1, and it looks like Phoenix Esports rising like a phoenix here, winning 4-0 over nap time. So that is a big win here for Phoenix. That was a 3-4 matchup here in the Strix division. A couple late matches also, but looks like scores have not updated. Mayday and Los Muertos and Microsoft Excelsior and Lotus. Still nothing there for us to report, but we're just going to go back. Just going to go back here and check the channel. Looks like there is still some issues here going on in the channel. So we're just going to take you to the overall standings. These are overall standings as of Monday. You'll notice the playoff cutoff line on right under 8th place, and you'll see that the teams with Phoenix's win today, that should take them to 2-2. Based on their plus minus, that should actually take them to a +2. So they will be above Carmia 2020 here, but still under Don't Envious, who have a now very good +6 and are holding on to the last playoff spot. Nap time will drop, so there's going to be a reshuffle here in the overall standings. For those interested, I do do a Owlet recap show after times that I cast. Our next show will be on Wednesday, as I will be casting OTC tomorrow, so the Overtime Champions. I'm also a caster there, so I'll be casting for them, and I will do the Owlet recap show most likely tomorrow after my cast that starts at 8:30, which will be broadcast here on my channel also, for those who are interested in seeing OTC, which is a Platinum Diamond League for Overwatch. So, looks like... and it looks like here they're still not ready to go. Caster ready. Alright, so just letting them know casters are ready when you are, but we're still just sort of going around everything right now, so we will try to update the scores as we go here. So once we get into a break, I will actually update the scores, and we still are in a little bit of a delay here. So once all of this gets straightened out, apparently there are some rules questions with regards to observing. I think the rule is that coaches can free observe, but I think they're looking for clarifications, but I'm not actually myself sure about that either. Most leagues have dedicated observe to your team only, and then you can do VOD reviews based on the casters that sort of do it. But it looks like Okami here just trying to make sure. So just going to make sure as we sort of scroll through all of the standings. I do not have a co-caster yet because Raza is sort of out, still doing some issues here. So he'll join us here in a moment here once he is actually going to come back. And just looks like some questions here. So we've been trying to sort of hide chat and try to make sure that none of these things get processed. So you're seeing me stall. And for anybody interested in next week's matches, just to let you know, next week the matches that all will be up. It looks like Banned by the Way will play the Microsoft Excelsior next week on Sunday. So before the end of the stage, it looks like we're going to have a furious battle of the Titans of the Strix Division. So now, finally, it looks like we are back, and we are going to be in competitive mode, and we are good to go now. All right. Gonna get this started here, as now both teams are all set. Pandu's internet has calmed down, hopefully, and we will restart here on Volskaya Industries. So Top Ramen, who was defending before, lost Volskaya's point A fairly quickly here on the initial push. So Banned by the Way doesn't look like anything changes here. Same strategy for them. Mr. Crit here going to the Farah, so maybe a little bit of a slight change here for Top Ramen. They're not going to go with the same configuration that he had before, I don't think. I don't remember if Mr. Crit was on the Farah. That was a whole 20 minutes ago. I don't even remember that far. But they will be trying to defend here from the Brigitte, which no longer is on the side of Banned by the Way. It looks like Mailman here is now going to the Lucio, and they're going to probably try to speed in here, which would be good use of the way that the Lucio works. Destroyer needs to get set up here on the Widow and take that duel against Zoe, just so that they want to make sure that they can get set up here. So Zoe here on the top, probably just going to use a Sonic Arrow here to figure out what their lineup is going to be before they sort of come out. Pandu taking a little bit of a risk here, coming out to the far right. He's going to try to make sure. Now, Sonic Arrow comes out. They know exactly what they're going to be running. Destroyer here going to the Brigitte, as was before, and Mailman going to the Zen. So no real changes here from the original lineup. I think this was pretty much what they ran before. So now they're coming in as a group, coming in from the right side, knowing that Top Ramen here was going to set up right around this wall. So Technician here taking a little bit of damage. Destroyer gets killed. Benzito takes him out. So that is a big kill there initially, but they have to burn Res right away. Mr. Crit takes out Technician. No main tank here, and it looks like Banned by the Way is just going to have to back up. Losing the Reinhardt early was big, and Eternal Shiva here gets staggered a little bit, so they're going to have to wait here on the kills. Destroyer gets knocked down too, so it's going to be a full reset here by Bane, by the way. Looks like 3:15 here left on the clock. They're going to be coming out from the right again. So the strategy here is to come from the right side and sort of stick together. They want to make sure here. Oh, they got a big kill here on Mr. Crit, who was actually picked off here, caught cheating here through the window. So that's big. And then Benzito goes down, 2 technicians. So here comes Ban, by the way. They've already burned their res to try to get Mr. Crit up. So Fenzito is not coming back anytime soon here. Mr. Crit does have his ult, so they're going to have to try to defend here without a without a main tank. But Pandu and Zoe here coming up with some big kills. Grumpy Zero takes out Vespersy, so no mercy here on the side of Top Ramen, and now they've tried to take the point. Pandu is back, coming around here, trying to do what is best to try to sort of stall. Mailman here, they're gonna sort of team up on him. Charge comes through, the rescues. Pandu takes out both Destroyer and Technician, so a little bit of a delay here, but Grumpy Zero going ham, taking out everybody here on the point, winning it for Ban, by the way. Good carry here by Grumpy Zero, and they've already gotten 2 points here. It looks like Top Ramen are not going to challenge, so poking his head out, seeing if he can get maybe a lucky kill, but that's going to do it. All of the tanks here had to respawn at main, so we're going to have a little bit of a delay here while everybody comes back out. No, it looks like we're going to be ready to go. Everybody's willing and able, and it looks like, good, look at me. On defense, there are 5 ults here available from Top Ramen. So, like, and Technician here and his team with 4 ults of their own. So we're going to be walking into a little bit of an ult fiesta here. So we're going to see. I'm surprised the rally hasn't been popped yet. Maybe they don't want to commit to this push. Maybe they realize. Oh, there it is. Now they're committing, and the dragon comes out right away to sort of just try to get them down. A little late though, but because the dragon, Foxer, and Mailman both go down, Mr. Crit blows his ult. So 2 ults here, 3 ults actually used by Top Ramen as they push back. Ban, by the way, looks like Technician and Mailman weren't able to use their ults. So, but the ult economy still with Top Ramen here. They're going to try to push Foxer all the way back. They absolutely do, and that is a good hold here by Top Ramen. Not necessarily over-committing either. They did use about 3 ults here to sort of push them back. It was probably just enough. Maybe they would have wanted a couple more stagger kills. I want to know if if that's what they're doing, but very good non-over-committal here, as both of the support ults are still available, and that is big. So it looks like here, Ban, by the way, still getting ready. Looks like they're going to come down the middle. Technician here has the Earth Shatter, so he's going to be looking for it. But Graviton comes out, but the Transcendence here trying to sort of take down everyone. There's not going to be enough DPS here. Earth Shatter and Dragon come out here from Ban, by the way, to flip the fight on its head. Pandu and Fenzito go down. So here is the advantage that they were looking for. Another Dragon coming through on the side of Top Ramen, and an Earth Shatter here. Great stuff here by Fenzito. But Destroyer comes in with the bash, and here come the ticks. Grumpy Zero here takes down Mr. Crit, so nobody's stalling here for Top Ramen. No, it looks like Pandu came onto the point. Rally is popped here just to see if they can hold the point. Nobody is here. Vespersy is going to be coming around to try to stall, but the Mercy here is discorded. Charge comes in to sort of just dislodge as best he can. They're not focus firing. There they come. Looks like Mr. Crit takes out 2, but the tick is still going. May comes in, and here comes the full delay. May here on the point. Tracer comes in from Zoe. They're trying to sort of stall here. They get Technician frozen, but he's not going down. They need a little bit more of a focus fire here on point A. Zoe gets taken down by Technician. Vespersy with a risky res. Nobody, they're still stalling here. Pandu's here frozen on the point with nobody left here. Mr. Crit on the Winston now trying to stall. Pandu goes down. Tick's still not going up. They're at about 90%. Now they finally have it. No, 98.6, and they're still stalling. No, that's it. 3:07 here on the clock. Good stall there by Top Ramen, burning about a minute 30.
That stall was amazing. They held it for so long. And the May switch was interesting. I'm not sure if the May switch was the best idea, because while the May was stalling, there was always someone else on point while the May wasn't contributing. So maybe they could have ran something else with speed to get the point faster that could contribute to the team fights rather than just stall.
That's probably the only thing that they were thinking of. But when you get into that sort of desperation time, you sort of
Yeah,
figure it's like, all right, I'll put a wall up, I'll trap myself in a corner, I'll buy my team like 10 seconds, 15 seconds here because it's going to be a bit till they kill me. The thing about it is it's all about the timing on how you get that wall down. So the stall with the Mei requires you to put. You can either do it, you can freeze on the point, and then unfreeze and wall immediately, or you wall first, trap yourself into a corner, freeze, and then rinse and repeat. So, but pretty decent stall anyway there by Top Ramen as they now go on offense here. Looks like Fenzito will abandon the Reinhardt and go to the Winston unless they feel like that dive is not going to be the way, but it looks like that's what they're going to end up doing here. We're going to sneak into their spawn and check them out. So Chowboy here on the Moira, and then
that is Moira.
yeah, and then
And Vespacy on the Zen, which is interesting. So they might be going for something of a dive, but I'm interested to see how that's going to go down with a Moira, because usually you'd run a Lucio or a Mercy, because they both have a lot more mobility. So if Chowboy is going to remain on the Moira, it's going to be very difficult for him to stay up with the dive. So he'll need to be making very careful use of his damage and healing orbs, or he's going to need to yeet his way around corners to keep up with the tanks. But no, they're going to switch, probably a safe decision. They have the Lucio, so Top Ramen is going to be trying to speed straight to point on the Lucio speed boost through the gate. Whether they'll be let through by Technician is another question completely.
yeah. So it really just depends on where Technician sets up here and how they're doing so. So it looks like a little bit of a they're just trying to figure out. So Technician is going to hold up. So now they're going to speed around the corner and to the left. So that's what exactly they're going to do here. They want to make sure that nobody gets caught up. They want to stay together in a tight ball. Here, Technician here was shifting over. Fenzito charges. Actually, that was a bad charge. He actually charged right into their DPS, and they aren't unable to sort of take anybody down here. So nothing doing here by Top Ramen. With Fenzito going down, it's going to be a full reset here.
That push was doomed to fail as soon as the Ramen weren't grouped up together. When they tried to push in, I think it was Chowboy who was stuck behind, so he got picked off by Grumpy Zero, who did so much damage in that fight. He got the Reinhardt, he got the Moira, he got the Diva mech as well, I think. That was just great backline work from Grumpy Zero, and extra follow-up from Destroyer as well.
Yeah, so it looks like here, now they're going to try again here, coming in from the right side. So Fenzito here gets the initial bubble to try to build up the Zarya energy. As we sort of keep coming on the right. Good pick off by Zoe there. Eternal Shiva goes down, but a Sure Shatter here will take Fenzito down, but they trade two for one here. Zoe gets another kill. They're still 4v4. It's somewhat winnable if they're willing to sort of try, but I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do here. It looks like Pandu is pushing here on Technician really, really hard. They know they have the advantage, but they know they can't really sort of press it without their main tank and missing a healer here. So Zoe here trying to see if he can get any more picks. So he's going to try to flank up and take the high ground. That Zen has got to be careful. Mailman here trying to sort of pick up Zoe as best as he can. Zoe trying to quick scope and try to get anything again. Graviton comes through and a Transcendence by Mailman here. Oh, and Zoe gets taken out, but kills are going the way of Top Ramen. They just weren't unable to sort of hold off long enough. They were split by too much, and the spawn advantage here by Top Ramen. Zoe goes down, but they're going to cap point A.
That was an interesting grab from Pandu. It got the two targets it needed to, and Mailman tried to use the trance in response, which is generally a good decision from Zen, but he was too far away and his reflexes were a tad too slow, so both of the grab targets died before he could get there with the trance, which means that they won't have a trance for this next fight. And Mr. Crit will be looking for a quick little ult to start things off, but maybe not. Maybe they'll have to reset, as Zoe has been knocked down already.
Yeah, it looks like Zoe here got picked off by Destroyer,
Oh.
so which is exactly what they needed here. So, like, in order for Ban, by the way, to not get snowballed, they needed that early pick to just sort of slow them down. And it looks like their Pandu here is still off as he gets taken out by Grumpy Zero. This is just going a little bit wrong here on the engage. The team probably should just go ahead and reset in a safe space here. But it looks like change is coming through. Fenzito and Pandu dumping their percentages as they're going to go like half dive here. So Diva
is interesting, yeah.
Diva Winston coming in, but we don't see a Tracer or a Genji. So Flanker's going down. Destroyer having a field day here on that Widow. Takes Zoe out again. As it looks like Pandu and Fenzito here are diving directly onto the Widow here. That's one way to take her down. And it looks like Fenzito and and Pandu here is going to stick together. The whole idea is that your Winston and D.Va are locked at the hip as they sort of attack and push, and that's exactly what they're doing. Coalescence here comes out, and Mr. Crit there with a big ult. Coalescence preventing any of the stragglers from coming through. That Widow from Destroyer is still up there, but gets finally taken out. Percentage is building fairly quickly. That was a team kill, and that will do it. Top Ramen take point B of Hanamura very cleanly.
Yeah, excellent. Vesper C is the MVP of that fight as well. Not only were his discords constantly on point, but Grumpy Zero on the flip side tried to use his ult to clear off point, but Vesper C managed to kill him before he could shoot out the arrow, which was great reflexes and great aim. I'm not sure what Ramen's really doing a lot of the time. Destroyer and Grumpy Zero are hitting headshot after headshot, and Ramen are just running into it. But it is working, to be fair. They've capped with 4 minutes left, so maybe I shouldn't judge too harshly. If it's a strategy that works, I won't mock it.
Yeah, well, in this particular case, what they ended up trying to do was walk in with that Zarya Reinhardt, and nobody was staying behind the shield. So if nobody's going to stay behind the shield, you're going to get picked off. So they were like, screw this. We're just going to dive onto Destroyer and make her switch position. That'll give us some time to actually push on the space, and that's exactly what they did. You noticed that both Venzito and who was it? I think it must have been Pandu. Basically, we're at the hip, and that's how you sort of want to play that. Your D.Va and your Winston are together, just going in and just targeting whoever you can target. A lot of the times, it might not enough be DPS, but it's enough to make people panic, to misposition yourself so that when your DPS does come in, then they can finish them off, and that's exactly what they did to Banned by the Way. A little shocking for them because, you know, I think Banned by the Way wasn't expecting that at all from Top Ramen, so good stuff by them. And now it looks like Banned by the Way here is going into their time bank. They're already they had about 3 minutes or so they're down trying to push now. It looks like Top Ramen normally pretty good here at holding the section here. They just don't want to get picked off. Pandu's got to be super careful here, so that Zarya is going to try to take her down right away. It looks like the flanking Moira here is giving some agita here to the DPS, who are trying to sort of wrap around. No kills yet happening here from the side. Mr. Crit here trying to get as many kills as he can, because there's not really anybody that can sort of counter him on that Pharah. And kills now coming on the side of Top Ramen. Vesper Seed gets a res into Zoe, as well as Eternal Shiva getting Technician back up. So this fight is going to last a decent while. Pandu gets DMEC. That was something that you need to be careful of while in the D.Va here with the Zarya on the field. Destroyer here trying to sort of swing in and trying to do as much damage as she can. Getting pocketed here by the Valkyrie Eternal Shiva. Mr. Crit here. Oh, great tire takes out Eternal Shiva and the Mailman. Mailman not delivering today, as it looks like Top Ramen will actually hold point A here. They have to be careful. They don't want to stagger Banned by the Way, so they're going to actually back up.
Yikes, what a crucial ult from Zoe. He manages to take out both of the healers, but there are a lot of ults on each side now. The Grav combo should be coming out from a Banned, I think it is, if my teams are correct. Yep, so that's what they're going to be going for. They're going to wait before they push until Zarya can charge up the ult. And that's the rally, so they're going to use it any second. Get ready for it. Get ready.
Yeah,
just watch.
They're going to try
Here it is.
Oh, it looks like they got beat to it, as it looks like a D.Va bomb here came through and took out what they needed to take out. So it's all gone wrong here for Banned by the Way. Rez is coming through, and they're getting pushed back again. 1 minute here left on the clock, but the Dragon is still up, along with a Transcendence by the Mailman, and that might be enough to sort of help them here through this push. Top Ramen have to be very cognizant of what ults they have left. They only have a Valkyrie here, so Vesper C's got to be careful not to die here on this push. The Dragon comes through to just sort of dislodge the defense here, as Boxer got trapped. As we're sort of seeing, it looks like here that Pandu got trapped in the left room. Very good, not necessarily not getting trapped here and getting killed. Eternal Shiva's got to be careful, and gets taken out by Mr. Crit. No mercy here for Banned by the Way, so big loss here. Zoe gets another big ult, 2 kills down. Grumpy Zero and Destroyer gets taken down. Oh, it's gone wrong for Banned by the Way again. They're down to 22 seconds here, and it looks like they're staggering Foxer out pretty badly. 18 seconds left on the clock. They're going to try to want to body block him here to prevent them from getting on the point. It looks like it's going to be a mad dash to the point here. If they can full hold here, Top Ramen will only need a tick on point A to get it actually done. 4 seconds here on the clock. 2 seconds on the clock. Technician charges. They use the Transcendence to get onto the point. The Diva Bomb does nothing here because the Transcendence was there, but Mr. Crit goes big! 3 kills here by Mr. Crit. Vesper Seed gets Mr. Crit back up, and it's only going to be Foxer on the Diva and Mailman here on the Zen. They just want to finish Mailman off. Foxer here trying to do best he can. That's going to do it. Ban, by the way, are not going to be able to get anything off of point A, and Top Ramen have 4:14 on the clock here to make sure they get just 1 pick.
That was an excellent play by Mr. Crit. He hid on the high ground, so he was out of sight of the enemy dive. And as soon as they were grouped up on the one target, he jumped in with his ult. He did get taken down by Mailman, but it was just too late. He'd already cleaned out the team.
Yeah, good. That was excellent. And Mr. Crit also the coach here of Top Ramen. So you do have some low-level coaches here, and Top Ramen following their coach's lead here and holding point A. And this is the situation now for point A. So 4:14 here left on the clock. They only need a tick here, and they will take Volskaya Industries. 4:14 is actually more time than you would actually have on this level to start off the fight. So because they took point B so fast, they've given themselves an extra 14-second buffer. Now, Ban, by the way, here, I don't think they're going to pull any sort of tricks here. Looks like Destroyer going back onto that Widow, so they're going to try to hold them off here with that Widow for 4 minutes here. We saw Destroyer do really, really well against Top Ramen when they were attacking on point B with that Widow and just not allowing them to engage. So I guess the idea here is to sort of keep them trapped back, have Grumpy Zero here on the pharmacy, and just let Technician to sort of pick off any sort of roaming targets.
Yeah, you're definitely right. And there's double hit scan coming out from Ramen, so they're really going to be looking out for Grumpy Zero on the Pharah. They want to be knocking him out fast.
Yeah. You want to get that res burned off by Eternal Shiva as soon as you can before they can really sort of do anything here. They can take their time, but they still need to have a little bit of urgency. They want to get this done and over with fairly quickly here. So the Diva splitting up. Vesper Seed takes out Destroyer. So Destroyer not getting any joy today here. They got to be super, super careful. But it looks like Foxer here takes out Pandu's mech, and Fenzito goes down. Zoe does take out Eternal Shiva, so it's a brawl here onto the point. Remember, the spawn advantages here is with Top Ramen. There have been kills here on the side of Ban, by the way. They are only defending with three people. Yes, they're only defending here with 3. The 3. Destroyer is going to come back, but if Top Ramen can sort of rush, they will have a 6v4 advantage here as the kills were sort of the skills came in relatively quickly here. Shiva not back on point. Top Ramen using their advantage very, very quickly. They want to get a kill right away here. They want to get anyone and anybody just to keep the stagger going and to keep them off balance. Fight here is on the point. Zoe takes down Destroyer. Big kill here. Eternal Shiva's got her hands full, and down she goes on the point. So now they're up 2. Mr. Crit takes down Grumpy Zero. It's going to be a matter of time here. Foxer goes down. Technician trying to sort of hold off as best he can. Looks like a good Transcendence and a Monkey ult here. They're going to try to let them burn off these ults. Pandu here just trying to take down the Mailman. Mailman goes down. They're going to be getting some point here. Technician doing a pretty decent job here, but there's still only 2 left here on the point. Pandu gets the mech back. Technician can't really do anything. So now the staggers are coming in. Technician goes down. Fenzito comes back, but right into the Mercy. So Grumpy Zero and so Eternal Shiva not being able to sort of do anything. Diva Bomb here on the point, just trying to sort of stall as best they can. And it's just an ugly ball here. They just need to focus fire as best they can. Destroyer has sort of latched onto the top of the point. And Ban, by the way, doing their damnedest, trying to sort of hold off the best they can. Destroyer's got to come down. Destroyer has to sort of contest here. No, doesn't do it. Destroyer not getting the ticks that they needed, and Top Ramen take first blood on Volskaya.
Wow, what a brawl. That was, like a 2-minute fight for that 1 point at the end?
Yeah, 2-minute fight on the end. Top Ramen there going into a decent stall there by Ban, by the way. They were just not sort of giving it up very, very easily. A lot of teams, by the time they're down like 4-2, would normally just sort of keel over and die and just go to the next map. Not Ban, by the way. They're going to fight for every percentage point you're going to get.
You're right, and their spawn was further away from point A as well. So not only were they fighting evenly on point, they were doing it from a disadvantage distance-wise. They were really performing well in that fight, and I think there was an obvious difference between the way Winston was played by the two teams, and I think that really affected the outcome of that fight. Fenzito was using his leap to initiate fights, and he was taking some damage before he could back out again when he was low. On the flip side, I'm not sure who was from Band. Was it Technician? Was the Winston?
Yes.
He was walking into fights and then using his leap to get away when he needed healing. So the supports from Band were getting a lot more ult charge, while Top Ramen was, I don't want to say feeding, but their dives weren't as effective because they were jumping in. To be fair, though, the cohesion between Pandu and Vencito was excellent in knocking down the dive targets when they ran it.
Yeah, so it looks like here we're going in with a little bit of a break. Uh, Teams have to use the restroom here. We're going to be back here in a minute or two, and when we come back, we will be going to King's Row. So join us here for King's Row in a couple of minutes here as teams are getting set with substitutions coming in on both sides. We will see you in 2 and 2.
The world could always use more heroes. The world could always use more heroes.
All right, we're back here. I'm just gonna go over some of the scores from today, from Monday, excuse me. So, Don't Envious takes down Carmia 2020 4-0. Furious Unicorns again takes down the Toblerones 3-1. Weed Stomp on Land take down Philly Fusion 3-0, tying the first map on Hanamura. And with Raza here, he can tell us about the Deadlock Gang and Rinse and Shine.
Wow, what a great match. I am the coach of Deadlock Gang, so I'm a little bit biased towards the results, but we had a 3-1 from Deadlock Gang, but it was such an entertaining match. If you've got time, guys, definitely go back and watch it. The Twitch is Party Rooster, just Party Rooster, and it's such a great match. It says great brawls, great ult usages, and just some great plays all around. Rinse and Shine, I think, showed improvement because they haven't been doing too well in the rankings recently. I think they're near the bottom, but it was a very close match today.
Yeah.
And oh, it looks like we're ready, Hodo. We're going to be moving in.
Yeah, so it looks like they're getting ready here, and then just to show the overall group standings, Rinse and Shine now will be at 0-4, while the Deadlock Gang improved to 3-1 here. And based on the differential, though, Deadlock Gang gaining 2 points here, so they'll be in third. With the Philly Fusion here with a 3-1 record. So good job to Coach Raza here.
It's all the team, all the team.
So, no, it looks like some changes here. It will be Top Ramen in red now, and it will be Banned by the Way in blue. So, overlays here, making sure that they are set up and ready to go. See the little bird in the corner, showing that this is an official OWLET cast. For those who are interested in joining OWLET, we will have a open audition, I guess is what, I don't know what to call it. I guess it's open play for free agents who are signing up to be part of OWLET. This is done in multiple stages, so teams are able to recruit additional players if players have real life occurrences and have to drop off teams. In between stages is the time to go ahead and see if a team needs your help. They are going to have an open game here, which will be casted by myself here. And Raza, and we will
and
be...
me. Please don't forget me.
Oh, yeah. And we'll be showing prospective new players as they audition for the teams here in OWLET. But
Yeah.
as we are going into King's Row now, it will be Top Ramen here on offense first, with Banned by the Way on defense. So a little bit of a switch here. Banned by the Way, starting on offense first on Volskaya, so they will get to defend first here. Probably somewhat upset here with Top Ramen taking the first map and threatening their sort of top of the league, top of the group standings here.
Yeah, absolutely right. I was actually talking to Mr. the coach of Top Ramen, before this match, and he was very eager to put on a strong showing today because it's getting to the point in the week that you need to start showing some strong results if you're going to start climbing those rankings. And this is where it's going to matter for Top Ramen. And with this comp, I don't think they can do it with 3 DPS, 2 tanks, and 1 healer.
So I don't think they're going to be going on to this comp. I guess the healers will come through. But yeah, Mr. Crit knows that like you don't want to get sort of cast off by the end of stage 1, because we've seen it in OWL, in normal OWL, that if you just fall too far back, the stage playoffs are just going to be, the overall playoffs are going to be too far away for you to just sort of get back into. And remember, it's the top 8 teams out of either division, so it's both division winners and then the top 6 teams after them, and in no particular order. So it could be 7 Strix teams, and the winner from the Snowy division, or it could be the other way around. So you want to make sure that you win as many games, and map differential is important too, Raza. Don't forget, that is one of the tiebreakers.
Deadlock Gang did their best, Hodo. They did their best, alright.
So now it looks like here Top Ramen will be engaging, and it looks like Benzito here back on the Reinhardt. Just going to sort of come through. They've decided not to go through Hotel here, and are going to use the statue here just to sort of block off. The duel between Benzito and Technician is just fascinating here, because the person who gets the better of this fight usually will end up winning the overall standings here. But it looks like Mr. Crit doing some work here into the back on that Junkrat, takes out Destroyer. Losing the Brigitte is huge. And look at Benzito just pressing that W key, forcing Technician back, and down he goes. And this is going to be a really quick take from Top Ramen.
There's no chance for a band to recontest this, and the reason they lost that fight was because, as you said, they didn't press W. Top Ramen was pressing W, they were pushing hard and they were being aggressive, and band just couldn't deal with that aggression. They were just letting themselves get forced back. But look at that.
Look at Fenzito using his Earth Shatter here, try to make some room. Destroyer goes down, and this is what you want to see on King's Row, folks. You want to see this type of aggression to make yourself some space.
Pandu, I am angry for you because I just saw you get sucked into that charge. If you're watching this, Pandu, if you're in the middle of a VOD review right now with Mr. Crit teaching stuff, I want you to know that I am angry for you. Shouldn't have gone.
So Fenzito here dueling with Technician again here right on the first corner here. Technician was able to sort of get his team back up. Fenzito here with no fear. That shows me that he trusts his healers enough, but he just walks right into an Earth Shatter here, and Technician gets two, gets Vesper C also. The Dragon finishes everybody off, and Top Ramen have to sort of fall back here. Down they go. Pandu here glowing like a Christmas tree, but there's nothing he can do. He's going to get taken down. Chowboy here running for his life. Doesn't want to get stagger killed. Oh, right into a fire strike. Great stuff there by Technician. Technician there staggering Chowboy really badly.
No grab needed. Grumpy Zero can probably charge up his dragon by the time Foxer gets his first grab as well if he keeps hitting those shots. His accuracy even is just so good today. And I feel kind of bad for Fenzito because he should have known the shadow was coming, but he just forgot to put up his shield. He got a bit too aggressive. He's going to need to watch that if he wants to block any shadows from Technician, because Technician is so good at hitting.
Yeah, you know, Bloodlust probably got the better of him there because, you know, you start moving in, you start swinging that hammer, and like, oh my god. And here comes the tire here from Mr. Crit. So we're riding with the tire, see if Mr. Crit can get anybody. Very good, sort of just stalling off, see if he can
Grumpy
actually
Zero's got it.
Right into it. Oh, it got picked off there. Not good.
I told it.
But it looks like, were they able to get any? Fenzito got Destroyer. So it looks like Valkyrie now popped here. They want to make sure they win this fight. Technician got the best of Fenzito. So Technician here is in trouble though. He's going to get picked off, and Fenzito gets rezzed. And the rest of Band, by the way, here looking like they're going to have to fall back. Pandu glowing ever more. He's trying to take out the opposing Zarya here. Boxer's in trouble, getting chased all the way back. And like, that is not what you want to see in your rearview mirror. It was a glowing Zarya doing a ridiculous amount of damage. And
that's right. From my third person point of view, I think that Pandu's at what, maybe 400, 500 charge right now?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's insane. But the grab has come up now for Band, so they're going to need to use that this fight. They shouldn't be waiting for Grumpy Zero. They should use it and swing into it, especially if they have the rally.
Yeah, the rally used right as the engage, and here comes the Graviton here. Takes out Fenzito. Grumpy Zero also takes out, Pandu here. So now they're going to have to back up. Band, by the way, here, want to make sure they don't over pursue, and that's exactly what they don't do. Good job by them.
The grab didn't get many people, but it got just one or two, which is enough to give them the advantage in the fight. And when you have that advantage, it's much easier to win the fight. So even if the ult only picks off one or two, even in your comp games, viewers, it's still worth it just for the big advantage in the fight.
I don't know if Band, by the way, has seen what I've seen, but what I've seen is that if it goes like a Graviton here comes out, I'll mention my note here in a second. Grab Dragon combo takes out 3 with Mr. Crit, finishing off Grumpy Zero. That payload is moving, and there's only a lone Zenyatta. The mailman goes down, and this payload is moving. They need to get up and aggressive here. They want to sort of hit the sort of spawn points and make sure that they can sort of block off. Great ult there by Mr. Crit. Mr. Crit gets them as they're coming out of spawn. It's going to finish off the point here. Destroyer not able to combat. Great aggression here by Top Ramen. Band, by the way, no idea what hit them as they were coming out of the spawn. What really hit them was a great barrage by Mr. Crit.
What a joke. I was about to comment, like, because they were killed by the dragon at the same time, they're all going to come out of spawn at the same time and easily take the fight back. But no, Mr. Crit with a brilliant ult as soon as they walk out of spawn. And the shadow came through as well, but it just didn't matter because Mr. Crit just got all the kills.
Yeah,
that was so good by him.
Very, very good. And the thing I was about to say is that I think the key to Top Ramen is Fenzito, and I'm wondering if Band, by the way, see this. But when Fenzito goes down, the rest of Top Ramen seem to sort of fall like a house of cards with him. So if Band, by the way, is sort of watching this VOD right now, what they want to sort of want to sort of take notice is the fact that Fenzito is the key to their defense. If you can take him down, Top Ramen will also fold. So what you're going to see here, if Band, by the way, sees what I saw too, is you're going to try to see Technician try to be hyper aggressive and try to push Fenzito out of position to make sure that the rest of his team just isn't able to sort of do what they need to do. Because Mr. Crit is getting a lot of support here from the good tank play coming out of Fenzito and Pandu. So if you can knock one down, I think you can knock the rest of them down too.
That's right. And to expand on that, Fenzito is playing with his team, and his team is playing around him, keeping him alive and allowing him to be aggressive. On the flip side, Technician is doing a lot of charging in, being overly aggressive, and expecting his team to try and follow up. And it can be very difficult for the team, especially when they're being hit by Fenzito or Mr. Crit. It just seems like Top Ramen is playing around their main tank a lot better than Band is right now.
Yeah, and that's the difference here. If they can sort of, if Band can actually get sort of around and make sure that they play around Technician a little more here and give him the extra support that he needs, I think Band will have a pretty good push here on King's Row. So now they've gone to a triple tank setup here with Destroyer going onto the Roadhog, and now the aggression is there. Technician sort of gets booped into the middle. They want to make sure they keep the healing up on him, but he goes down. So 3 kills here. Zoe actually picks up Mailman and Destroyer too. As we sort of see, it looks like here, Technician was just unable to sort of keep up with the rest of his team. The coordination for Band, by the way, seems a little off, Raza, don't you think?
I think you're absolutely right. I think that Fox and Technician maybe aren't playing together well enough. Like, the synergy they're still working on it, I think. I think they'll get there eventually because they're both talented players, but I think the synergy's a bit off with the off tanks.
Yeah, I think you're right here too. So they've got to make sure that they keep Technician here up. So he's going to try to come in. He's being very aggressive here and pushing on Fenzito, and they're just going to fight here right. Yeah, the thing about it is the support isn't there. Grumpy Zero takes down Mr. Crit, and it's a 1-for-1 trade here. The Destroyer goes down. Now they see the advantage. Foxer takes out Fenzito, and now they're going to fall. They're all going to go down here. Notice that Foxer is able to sort of get into the background there. Chowboy coalescing in the back, just trying to sort of keep everybody up. They go down here, but the advantage here still wins.
There's no one left.
There's no one left. Zoe took everybody out. So it's only Zoe versus Destroyer here onto the point. Mr. Crit comes back here on the Pharah, trying to sort of stall out, but the Fenzito now comes back. That was a very odd fight because I thought that was going to be a win here by Top Ramen. They're still staggered pretty badly here, so they want to make sure they support Technician as he's fighting here on the point. But Fenzito does go down here. Technician goes down to Pandu, but the Dragon here is going to clear people out. But it looks like both supports and the Zarya are in, but kills have been going on the way of Pandu and Chowboy, and they've got to fall back again. Crazy stuff.
Chowboy is MVP. He saved the last fight with his coalescence, knocking out 2 people and stalling it out until he finally got killed. And then that fight as well, keeping the team alive. He was doing such a good job. But I also didn't want to bring attention to Grumpy Zero, who used his entire Hanzo ult just to kill Mr. Crit.
Well, if you got to do it, you got to do it. Trying to get that Pharah out of the air is very problematic right now because they're really not running with a hit scan here, so they don't have really anything to counter Mr. Crit. The Earthshatter here is up by Technician. He's going to try to look for it here. They need to take that shield down, and they need to take it down fast so they can open it up. He's looking for it. He got it. There it is. So he's going to try to go in, but a Transcendence here popped here by Top Ramen. They're going to try to save their team. Nobody goes down. Vespercy getting a lot of healing, and now the counter grab here coming out. It's just a bit of a nightmare. Oh, Zoe goes down here on the side. Eternal Shiva finishing him off. Kills now finally going on the side of Band, by the way. And a res comes through, and now they're finally going to get it, Raza. There's no way they're going to come back from this.
There's no way. We saw almost the exact same ults come out over and over again, but the deciding factor was Mailman. He held his trance when the shatters came through, so when the matching grabs came through afterwards, he could keep his team alive while Ramen could not.
Yeah, and that is great play there by the Mailman. He delivered that time with great healing.
Did you call him the Mailman?
The Mailman! Yes, he is Mailman, I know, but I like
He's delivering something and it's not a letter.
Well, he's delivering healing for sure. Now they need to deliver this payload to the end in order to stay in this match. 2:51 here left on the clock. Oh, big Earthshatter comes here again. Technician trying to be huge. Dragon comes out to be comboing through. Mr. Crit blew himself up, trying to kill Destroyer, so therefore they're going to get some space here. Eternal Shiva gets Destroyer back up, and now they're going to make some space for themselves here. They realize the amount of time that Top Ramen has on the clock, and they've got to sort of root through. Vespers here by herself. That is not good.
Vesper is gonna die.
Yeah.
That's a mistake.
That is
Fencedo got destroyed before the shatter could come through, which was a big shame. So as soon as it came through, he had no option other than just to try to charge Technician out of the way. And while it did kind of work, the team got destroyed anyway. Mr. Crit went for his high-risk, high-reward plays, and it didn't work either. But here we go. This is final fight for point B.
Yeah, this is final fight for point B, but they got great positioning here. Fenzito takes out Grumpy Zero, and a Coalescence comes out here by Chowboy. Chowboy trying to be huge here, trying to make sure that they win this fight. If they can win this fight, they can stall them out really, really well. Destroyer comes out with the whole hog, but a Transcendence going to counter everything here. Technician again with another Earth Shatter. Oh my goodness, Technician going huge here onto the point. Pandu trying to sort of stall as best as he can on here, glowing and trying to get anyone. No, that's going to do it. They're going to get point B with 3 minutes here left on the clock on the end to sort of finish this off.
Wow, and Vespacy used the transfer, but it was a tad too late. So Fencedo was killed as soon as it was popped. But looks like there's not going to be much regrouping for Ramen. They're going to push right in.
Yeah, and Foxer here has the Graviton here, so they're gonna look. They're probably gonna look for it. Maybe they want to save it. They're gonna hold Grumpy Zero to do it, so they want to sort of finish him off.
They both have it.
Yeah, they
can use it first.
Well, I'm thinking here they want to sort of save it here. Oh, looks like
it's not Pandu.
They don't need to use it. They might need to use it here just to sort of finish them off here. It looks like Chowboy here rests on the point, so no need to use any ults here. Foxer glowing again. They're going to have to be super careful. This is approaching the point here with over 2:15 left on the clock. The Graviton here is actually on the point. Earth Shatter comes through. There's nobody that's able to start it off. Foxer used the Graviton, but it didn't actually come. Oh no! Technician fell off! That is not good! He's not going to be able to be res, and this is going to delay them a little bit as the spawns come in from top Ramen. Not good at all. Mr. Crit in with the ult here into the back to sort of push them off, killing Eternal Shiva. And Shiva's going to have to back off here. So now,
wow.
Reprieve here by top Ramen. Unlucky for Banned by the Way. 140 on the clock.
I want to throw out there, Grumpy Zero, so good. Mr. Crit was waiting on high ground behind cover so he could use his ult and clear off Band completely when they touched his point. Except for Grumpy Zero, who jumped up behind him and managed to kill him without Mr. Crit even noticing it, which allowed Band to get it all the way almost to the final cap point. But here we go again. Yeah,
the engages here, they need at least a little bit of a push here, and a huge shatter by Fenzito. Fenzito avoids the tank and goes straight for Grumpy Zero, taking out the DPS. That was the right choice, because now they're down 3, and a full reset here has to happen from Banned by the Way. Banned by the Way looking and staring into the feet of a loss here. They've dropped below 1 minute. Banned by the Way looking desperate here now as they're going to try to go in for their final push. Top Ramen in a situation again where they have over 3 minutes here left on this clock. Even if they let Banned by the Way finish here, if they let them finish in overtime, they're going to have 3 minutes to take first point, which is not something that Banned by the Way want. But if Earth Shatter comes in, Technician goes down again though. The Transcendence by Mailman having to be used so that the res going to get popped off, and they're going to still move here. 27 seconds left on the clock. They need more kills, and they're getting it. Zoe goes down. It looks like the Transcendence here. Try to keep
it is, the combo. The wombo combo. Any second.
There it is. Where's the dragon? The dragon's not here. Oh, but a charge comes in from Mr. Crit. Mr. Crit does the damage that he needs to. Everybody's pushed back. They're going to back cap. Wait. What's Banned by the Way? What's Banned doing? They avoided the point. They could have stayed on the point and pushed it a little more. They're all gone as this goes to Top Ramen. Top Ramen take the point. 1-0.
That was a crazy fight. I actually think that Mercy was beneath the point pushing it before she died. And here we go. Mr. Crit, what do you got for us?
Oh,
there it is.
Actually, it was just the rockets.
He doesn't even need his ult.
Yeah, it was just the rockets there because the ult, as you remember, was saved for the doorway for the rest of them to come out of the point. So good job there. Good job there by Top Ramen. And now, Banned by the Way, one of the top teams here in the Strix division, looking in the face of a defeat, down 2-0 to Top Ramen. Top Ramen, excellent right now on Kings Row and on Volskaya.
That's right. I think the tank play has to improve a bit, but we'll see. We'll have a look.
Yeah. So it will be. So it is Top Ramen winning Kings Row 3-2, the exact same scoreline here as Volskaya Industries. We're going to go into our next map, and I don't remember what it is. I think it might be Nepal. What we're going to do here is I'm going to update the scoreboard. We're going to take a short break here, and we'll be right back with the control point. It is Top Ramen. Going for the upset here, up on Band by the Way, 2-0. So Raza and I will be right back here with the control point. I think it's Nepal, but we will be back in 2 and 2.
You know, the world could always use more heroes. You know, the world could always use more heroes.
So we're back here, and I'm just going to show up the group standings here before we join the game in progress. We are watching a game in the Strix division. It is Top Ramen up on Band by the Way, 2-0. Top Ramen here going for the upset. Band by the Way undefeated up to this point, 11-1 with a +10 differential, and they're staring into the face of a defeat here. If Top Ramen can take Oasis, it's actually Oasis which is our control map today, not Nepal. So please excuse me. Top Ramen will take the series from Band by the Way and giving them their first loss in the Strix division.
Wow, that's a big way to go. If they lose this match, going 0-3 after being 11-1, that's gonna hurt a bit.
Yeah.
But maybe this is the dose of reality they needed.
You know, sometimes teams need a little bit of a reality check going in. teams that I've coached personally, like if you end up winning all of your matches and then a little bit of hardship sort of befalls you, it could go all wrong really, really fast. And
Cough, cough, Houston Outlaws.
cough, cough, Houston Outlaws, cough, cough, Blackwatch. So, so it's actually good for them because you need to struggle sometimes to make sure you've got that sort of internal championship guts that you think you have to sort of pull through when things go bad. And that's what we're seeing here from Band, by the way. They just sort of have to get it together here. Their healing from Mailman and Eternal Shiva have been spot on. I think that they've actually needed to do what they've needed to do here. It's just they need to sort of play together on the ground here. Technician now going to the monkey for Gardens here on Oasis as we get started off. So looking like a little bit of a dive here. So maybe Foxer will try to stay on Technician's hip to use that sort of defense matrix here to sort of help a lot. As it looks like the Benzito here is going to stay on the Reinhardt. But Mr. Crit and Destroyer going into the air, so there's going to be an air battle here that's going to go on. So we're going to ride here with Mr. Crit, who has been doing fairly well here on the Pharah. Mailman, though, gets the first blood, takes Benzito out, which is a big, big kill here. And Destroyer takes out Vespercy, so no mercy on the side of Top Ramen either. Top Ramen have to fall back. Mr. Crit down to about 59 health here. He's going to get chased. They're going to try to kill him and try to stagger him pretty badly here. Eternal Shiva gets Technician back up. And that's what you wanted to see. It looks like Mr. Crit may be a little bit more comfortable here on the Winston, possibly, than on the Reinhardt. We've had the dive. Right. Yeah, we've had the dive meta for so long that we've seen stuff like this happen before too.
That's right. Foxer needs to be sticking with him a bit better. But look at that, Mailman already booped.
Yeah, Mailman already booped here. So unresable there. Mr. Crit takes out Destroyer, and Top Ramen coming back with a vengeance here. Trying to make sure that they can get anybody that they can, targeting everyone they can. Chowboy goes down to Grumpy Zero, but that's all going to be all in vain here. Technician, the only one left here on point, he's going to get taken down, and this is going to be a flip here for Top Ramen. 42% by Band, by the way. Not too shabby by them on the initial take here on Gardens.
Yeah, that was a swift push from Ramen. They lost the first point because they're a bit disorganized, but once they grouped up and they pushed together, they got it easily. Now, Mr. Crit has ult, but he's probably going to wait for the grab from Panda because he's charging up pretty fast. But we'll see, maybe not. Zoe's probably going to look for an opportunity to use High Noon in this fight.
Yeah, they're probably going to try to... He's going to try to combo this if he can with anybody, but it doesn't look like there's anything going to be coming out. Benzito is 80% still, but kills Grumpy Zero, doing work here, getting two. Benzito goes down, and it's all just Mr. Crit left onto the point, trying to do as best as he can. But he's trying to hold off by himself. He does take out Grumpy Zero, but gets taken out in the air by Destroyer and flips it at 37% here. Still the advantage with Band, by the way. They burn the res to creep Grumpy Zero up. So Grumpy Zero probably going to wrap around here. Maybe going to try to sort of poke a little bit here at Top Ramen, not give them any sort of clean looks on the engage. Benzito and the rest are now coming through the point, and it looks like we do have a flanker here. Grumpy Zero going into the back, trying to sort of harass Vespercy here. And Dez take her down. So Grumpy Zero takes Vespercy, not a clean engage here. The Mercy exposed there, and now it's just gone all wrong for Top Ramen. This engage is done before it started. They do manage to take Foxer out of the Diva mech, which may pay dividends here in the next push. Look at all the ults for Top Ramen here. They're down, they're up 5-3 on ults. It looks like Grumpy's going to get his, so we'll make it 5-4. Actually 6-4.
6.
Yeah, so big 6 here.
Hopefully we see the big grab Mr. Crit probably come out. Mailman will have his ult, so they're going to need to put through a lot of damage. It might be better to use Zoe's ult to try to one-shot. Ooh.
Yeah, but it looks like they're not going to get that chance as 3 go down here, but Zoe takes out both Eternal Shiva and Foxer. So they're going to try to hold out and stall here. It's 2-1 here on the point. Mr. Crit's got to do his thing and sort of stay alive here. Make sure overtime keeps going, but down he goes. There's still Chowboy here on the point. He gets taken out. Destroyer doing the work in the air, getting the best of Mr. Crit here. And Band, by the way, looking much better here on control.
There was just no value from the ults used by Ramen. They didn't even use a grab or a shatter the entire round, which is just not great. They need to be using their ults faster, basically on cooldown even, because Band was, and it was winning them fights.
Yeah. So Band, by the way, their take first blood here on the control point. So they need to keep doing what they're doing there. So they looked much more organized here with this configuration on Garden. So they're going to take a very simple. No, it looks like Technician's going to switch here to the Zarya.
Interesting.
Excuse me, to
I
the Reinhardt, and they're going to go
and a
triple tank.
hog.
So
Wow,
this,
they weren't even running hit scan last round, and they're not going to this round. It's interesting that they're not really scared about Mr. Crit. They're focusing on the ground, and they'll take out the Pharaoh last. Let's see if Destroyer can get some sick hooks on Mr. Crit, because I reckon he gets one this round, I reckon.
yeah, he's going to look for it too. Mr. Crit here, just going to try to stay around the corner, but Zoe takes out Grumpy Zero, who was trying to flank. So that's not good. So they're already down. They're already down one. So it's a 6v5 fight here. They should be getting a little aggressive. And there's the hook. You called it. Mr. Crit get taken out of the air by Destroyer, but Pandu takes out Technician. So it's going the way of Top Ramen here. So no
That'll be the
penalty.
fight right there. It's just clean up at this point for Ramen.
Yeah.
That was excellent, and Zoe almost has his ult already. He was doing so much damage.
Yeah, Zoe doing really, really good here on the Mk3, already at 81%. But look at Pandu, even higher than that. He's going to get his grab before Zoe gets his ult, and that's pretty crazy. So, or possibly Zoe's going to come back here, getting some final shots here. But they're going to have a combo of a High Noon and Graviton if they want to use it.
Or not.
Or not,
Come
but
on.
there it is. And there's the combo ult. Mr. Crit comes out. Oh my goodness, this map looking much, much better with for Top Ramen's sake. It looks like Banned by the Way here, looking a little discombobulated on the engages. That's 2 failed disengages here by Banned by the Way.
That's right. Zoe didn't really need to use his ult, but it did open up the big grab barrage combo, so let's call it a zoning ult. And they still have ult advantage. They still have 3 ults to 2.5. So there's the hog ult to initiate.
Yeah. Oh, and the Earth Shatter did go through the shield somehow. So, but Technician there with the counter ult does take out Fenzito, and down goes the main tank for Top Ramen. So Top Ramen here in a bit of trouble. Chowboy takes out Foxer, and now the kills coming in for Banned by the Way. They're finally going to get a chance to build some percentage here, as it looks like it's only going to be Chowboy left here. Pandu took out Grumpy Zero there in the back, but he's sort of stranded. And down he goes. He commits Hirakiri. Or as the old people say, Harry Carry. So commit suicide here, and Fenzito here now charging back onto the point. 67% here, a good initial push by Top Ramen, but they're going to have to wait for their Zarya to come back. So there he comes Pandu. Pandu protecting Fenzito as best as he can here. Now into a straight up duel here with Technician. Fenzito here getting the healing that he needs. Technician overextending a little bit, but takes out Vespercy with those wild hammer swings, doing what they need to do. Oh, I hear the High Noon. The High Noon does take out Destroyer. So they're going to try to see if they can still push a little bit here. Zoe takes out the Mailman. So therefore, a 3-man defense here where 5 coming in, Graviton comes in. They're going to combo that, and Mr. Crit does take out 3, but Grumpy Zero takes out 3 of his own. Mr. Crit and Chowboy with Pandu along. This is just trades, but oh! Mercy kill on Grumpy Zero with a take. My goodness, and it looks like Banned by the Way are going to sort of fall back here and see if they can regroup and take this with the next push. The reinforcements here from Top Ramen are going to be a little slow, so if they're going to try to press their advantage here, Technician supposed to realize that maybe he can get a charge in, but it looks like Mr. Crit is back, 84% here on the point. They want to win this fight. Graviton comes in, catches Pandu and Fenzito with a Graviton into the back. Pandu has just been on the ground the entire time, but a big triple kill by Fenzito, going huge. Zoe finishes off Foxer. There's nobody left on the point. Mailman doesn't realize that the point is almost over. He runs out, and Top Ramen take University, and it's all to play for here as we go into City Center.
That was insane. What I think it came down to there, Hodo, was that Top Ramen were using their ults, and then they were pushing on them. They were playing with their ults as a team. On the flip side, Band seemed to be using their ults solo. For example, Mk3 got a 3-man kill, which was insane, but the rest of his team wasn't there. They're just not playing around their ults as a team.
Yeah, and we did mention before that like Top Ramen is also good at knowing when to use ults properly too. Not necessarily overspending when you can actually just use one ult to get the kills that you absolutely need. So that is keeping the ult, sort of the ult advantage in their favor and helping them win these fights. So it's really good stuff here coming out by Top Ramen. Got to give kudos to Mr. Crit, coaching his team up really, really well. And
That's
now,
right. And here's the dive now coming from both teams.
yeah, I think with the high ground here, both teams are sort of looking at that they want to sort of get an advantage here, but they realize, like Top Ramen taking the I'm behind a wall strategy here, trying to make Band by the way come to them, but Boxer takes out Mr. Crit and Pandu gets demeched, so that is not a good start here for Top Ramen. Vesper C here up in the air, nothing really to heal at this point. I think it's going to have to be a reset here for Top Ramen. Band by the way is going to take this initial point.
That was swift, and this is the first time on Oasis that Destroyer is running the Pharah. So Zoe's going to immediately switch off to McCree to counter her, which is a necessity at this point.
Yeah. So you don't want to give Destroyer here free reign, because Destroyer did really, really well there on Garden, on the Pharah. So, but with all this space here, Zoe is going to have an opportunity to take her down. So that's going to be what you're going to see here. The orb gets sent in, actually gets a little bit of health on Eternal Shiva. Benzino is trying to wrap around here, and Grumpy Zero on the Tracer being somewhat defensive here, not necessarily diving into the back line. I think she sees Zoe and is a little afraid that she's going to get picked off right away. So, but that's also making Top Ramen sort of stall a little bit here. Diva Mech here, Diva ult being used in the corner must have been the fact that I think Foxer got demeched and wanted to actually just get back into the mech. Grumpy Zero and Eternal Shiva get the kills that they need on Mr. Crit, but the res comes in on the Chow Boy, but Vesper C immediately turns around and runs into 6 members of Band by the Way, so that's not going to be good here. Percentage points ticking up here. Top Ramen better understand that they need to reset quickly, or they're just going to waste away their any time that they have to push here on City Center.
That's absolutely right. They're not really grouping up right now, and they're not playing as a team, which was their biggest strength in the maps before this. If they want to win this, they need to dive together, which means Pandu not getting demeched at 99% ult charge, which physically hurt me, Pandu. I feel you. You're getting cheated this whole match. I'm angry for you. But there needs to be some cohesion with the ults, and I think we're going to see the McCree ults come up from the high ground first to try to knock out the pharmacy.
Yeah, well, it looks like the Valkyrie got popped right away. Oh, and Grumpy Zero one-clipping Zoe there, so Zoe not able to help. Oh, and another one clip there by Grumpy Zero. Grumpy Zero going huge here. They're gonna, if they can't do anything about him right now, they're gonna win this point outright. Mr. Crit goes down. There's really nobody left here from Top Ramen, as all the kills have gone the way of Band by the Way. They're going to sweep Oasis here 100-0, and there is fight here left in Band by the Way. Vesper C, they're just sort of stalling now. Chowboy pops the Coalescence here, gets coalesced onto the point, so a little bit more stall here as people are going to try to sort of come back. Mr. Crit trying to get anybody he can, does not get it, and Band by the Way take Oasis City Center 100-0 and get their first point of the match.
Wow, what a map. And do I dare say it, Hodo? Is this a reverse sweep?
You know, I've seen things, Raza. I've seen things, and it's going to depend here on the tank play on the escort map. So we go to Gibraltar, which is an escort map that is very, very difficult to defend and attack. So I'm interested in seeing what is going to end up happening here on Gibraltar, because I think in the first couple maps, Top Ramen had the sort of advantage in tank play. And you saw there, Band by the Way came back and was able to sort of take Top Ramen down. Fenzito didn't really have that great of a game. He had a great university, but I think on the other two maps he was just so spread out because of what was happening around him and his team. So here maybe they'll get a little bit better to organize in Gibraltar and maybe stick tighter, because it seems to me Top Ramen play way better when they're more in a death ball configuration.
That's absolutely right. I think that maybe Fenzito is just a bit of a better Ryan than he is Winston, but we'll see you next map.
Yeah, so let me update the scores here as we're going to go to the scorecard. That was the control map, so it was Band by the Way taking Oasis 2-1. So they get the shot here to tie it all the way up and take it to possibly a fifth map. Thank God it's not Junkertown, Raza, because I saw myself a Junkertown for the ages A Junkertown
Really?
that lasted 17 points. Raza, 17. It was 9-8.
Yuck.
It was 9-8 between Philly Fusion and Don't Envious, and it kept going. It was unbelievable. But we are actually going to go to Gibraltar here. So I'm going to put this the card up. We will when you come back. It will be Gibraltar. Top Ramen looking to close it out. They are up 2-1 on Band By The Way. Band By The Way want to take it to a 5th map. So we'll be right back.
You know, the world could always use more heroes.
So welcome back. It is going to be Top Ramen and Band By The Way here on Gibraltar.
Jibby.
I call it Gibby.
No one calls it Jibby.
I
You don't call it Jibby.
do
Don't
call it
lie to
Gibby.
me. Don't lie to you on the stream. You don't call it Jibby. Yuck. Yuck.
So Gibraltar it is, and it will be Top Ramen on offense first. So they will be able to set the tone here on Gibraltar. This is a hard map to complete, but they've done really, really well here. It seems like on the escort maps, they were really good in hybrid. So we saw them sort of take King's Row down without any issues. And now it looks like here we're going to a map hopefully they will be very, very much prepared for. On defense here, it looks like Band By The Way going with Technician here on the Reinhardt with a Diva from Foxer here. So no Zarya to on the field here from Band By The Way.
Meanwhile, it looks like Pandu's teasing the Bastion a bit. I wonder if he's actually going to play it. This is a pretty solid comp to play it into, I guess, especially on Gibraltar. It's a great map for it. I hope that he sticks with it. Pandu, please play Bastion.
It'd be interesting to see because, like, you know, that sort of shielded Bastion doesn't really play anywhere except on Junkertown. But if they think that they can pull it off here in order to sort of push them back from the top, is basically what they're sort of doing. And now, like, the arrow comes out, so nothing doing there. They get to see exactly what they're going to be running.
just I mean, Zarya, same thing.
Yeah.
Lock on beams.
So it looks
Bro,
like
lock on when you're as good as Pandu.
Yeah, fairly standard comp here coming up from Top Ramen. So nobody really sort of dove onto the top here. So looks like they see what's going on. Oh my goodness! Like the Hanzo actually
Get wrecked, Chowboy.
Yeah, Chowboy got wrecked right away. And looks like here they're stalling this push out a little bit here. As they're being very aggressive, they realize here they can't let Top Ramen do what they do. But Zoe takes out the Mailman, so they lose their Zenyatta with no Eternal Shiva not going to be able to res, I don't think, as Mailman actually has to go down. Technician here being very aggressive here in the car wash.
So he just jumped off the edge.
Oh,
so he just jumped off the edge.
Oh no, Zoe, I wasn't with you. Dragon here comes through, and we do have a glowing Zarya here, so Pandu glowing like a Christmas tree, going right after Foxer. Foxer's got to run. There's nothing you can do against that Zarya. And Pandu being fully charged like that, you do not want to be anywhere near that Zarya right now. The payload not moving. They've got to be careful here. They want to make sure that they keep this thing moving here and don't get stalled up. Pandu in deep trouble here, now getting sort of dumped on. Comes out of it. Now Benzito is now back, and now the fight here is going to happen here on point A. They need to win this fight here. They don't want to get stalled here because this location is where you die as an offensive team on Gibraltar. Technician taking the duel with Pandu. Pandu doing nothing to get through that shield. But down he goes. Mr. Crit going big here. That's what they needed. Mr. Crit takes out both Technician and Grumpy Zero. Transcendence comes out here just to make sure that they can sort of get some push. And Eternal Shiva here. No, Eternal Shiva here. Shiva goes down. The D.Va Mech abandoned ship, and they finally get point A. Top Ramen did not get stalled off on their first push, so good for them. 4 ults to 1 here. The advantage here for Top Ramen. They want to parlay this advantage all the way through point B of Gibraltar.
The EMP is up there, so we're probably going to see that come through in combination with that grab from Pandu. So Mr. Crit can't use his barrage to put the damage through. So I think it's going to be reactive from Destroyer, but we'll see. Keep an eye out. Yeah,
we'll find out here. Foxer here not getting any joy here with what's going on. The EMP does get popped here, but Vespercy stays alive. So, but Pandu goes down. Maybe that was they were trying to single target a Vespercy here into the back, but they get what they get because Benzito goes down, and it is going to end up being a reset here for Top Ramen.
That's right, and that was great by Vespercy. Vespercy is an excellent healer, just not dying. So good.
Yeah. So a reset coming through here. Pandu and Vespercy now coming through. They have to be very aware that they still have the ult advantage here, but they want to make sure that they stay together. It's so hard to engage point B because of the way that this map is set up. The big door's gone. There's only 4 ways to enter this map. But they need to get a pick here. They're going to need to depend on Mr. Crit to get something out of the air. Oh, and he does. He gets Grumpy Zero. As soon as I say it, he delivers. Here comes the combo. They need to make sure that there's a lot of damage in there. But Foxer goes big! Oh my goodness, he gets 4. They got a bit greedy there and sort of to pile in to try to sort of overcome the Transcendence that was trying to save the rest of the team, and they get caught with the D.Va Mech in the middle. So reset here by Top Ramen. Oh my goodness, Raza.
Foxer, you're a champ. That should have been won by Ramen, but Foxer just says, not today, and he pulls out his trump card. That was the equivalent of the draw 4 in Overwatch. That's just gross. Yeah,
it was a draw 4 card right here. Now the payload is stuck in the worst possible place it can be stuck. Earthshatter comes in. Vespercy gets Destroyer. Benzito is trapped in the back. He's just trying to sort of do anything he can. He took out Technician, but that might be enough here for them to do something. Transcendence is going to counter that Dragon. Great timing there by Vespercy. As they use their advantage here to sort of push on. Foxer gets demeched and kills going on the side of Top Ramen here. They tried to stall using the trying to use the Dragon here, but nothing doing. Destroyer, they need a focus fire. Destroyer was sort of railing on Zestracy. Now they need to get Foxer, who was about to get the mech and killed, and they do get point B here. Good stuff here by Top Ramen. 3:11 left on the clock. Want to make more space. Mailman gets short spawn. That is not good. Mailman gets revoked there off the spawn. So Technician has to back up, and they're going to have to defend the corner here.
That is unfortunate, and that was great timing from Vespercy to use the trance the second the Dragon came through. And this time, Pandu's going to be charging up that grab, so we're going to see the wombo combo come through in about 10 seconds. Get ready for it if Pandu doesn't die.
Well, it looks like Destroyer got taken down here. Was trying to build up that EMP as best as he can, but Pandu glowing again.
There it is. There it is.
There it is. The Graviton comes through. Transcendence comes through. They're not going to be able to... Oh, no, they do get the kills. And everybody's going to go down. It looks like Mailman returned to sender and went back to spawn. There was nothing he could do to sort of defend. It looks like here now they're going to try to spawn camp. Zoe here just sort of hanging out in the back, trying to make sure he gets everybody and anybody. They don't have a Widow here to sort of push in. Fenzito charges, takes Technician out. Kills just going all the way of Top Ramen. And my goodness, Destroyer does not get back. Top Ramen have time in the bank here on this escort map, looking absolutely fantastic.
Look at that. And I bet Mailman felt real good when he tranced into that Grab Dragon, like, ooh, you want to Grab Dragon? Not today. But then Vespacy was like, alright, pew pew pew, and hit like 5,000 headshots. That was excellent by Vespacy, saving what could have been a very lost fight there because of the trance.
Yeah, so
That
like
was so good.
So for those of you at home, Transcendence is not a save all card. You can actually out damage a Transcendence if you can actually go in there and multi-ult, or actually have just a Reinhardt swinging into another ult. So for example, if Mr. Crit is barraging right into the Transcendence, as long as Fenzito is actually swinging away in there, they're going to do way more damage than the Transcendence can heal. So you can actually,
That's right.
so you can actually out heal the trance that's coming down by Mailman. So that was one of the things that they needed to be worried about. They needed to do, and they absolutely just overcame the DPS there. So it wasn't the sort of the win saving ult that they needed to have. He's going to get a lot of health percentage, like health heal on the card. You'll probably see the Transcendence healing come through, because he did save his team multiple times with that Transcendence. Just not the last one, unfortunately.
That's right. Just for reference,
yeah.
the Transcendence does 300 healing per second, and the Dragons does 200 healing per second.
Yeah.
So any kind of headshot or amount of damage will destroy the Transcendence.
So it's all about burst damage when Transcendence. So like the reason like you can't heal it, like a bomb from D.Va or a pulse bomb from Tracer is usually enough, because it's so much burst damage that there's the 300 healing per second is just not going to do anything against that. So it looks like here Fenzito and crew are hiding to just not reveal what they're actually running. Now they've actually come out of hiding here and are now going to be up on the point, as it looks like it's a Widow duel between Zoe and Destroyer, and Zoe loses it, and Destroyer takes out Mr. Crit too. So down goes two of Top Ramen. They're going to have to jump ship here and abandon point. Vesper Seat goes down to Destroyer's Widow. There is 3 left here on the point, and it looks like Grumpy Zero here trying to flank. But they're so very, very quick movement here by Band, by the way. So I don't know if whether or not Top Ramen's going to be able to hold this. Fenzito here will have the healing that he needs to sort of stay up and sort of stall as he needs. It looks like reinforcements are back here, but Fenzito goes down to Foxer. They're going to try to get the res in, but no, that's not going to happen. Vespercy gets taken down, and looks like just a bit of a stall here, still coming from the Zarya, who is discorded, and Pandu trying to do as much damage as he can, trying to stay alive, but no, just overwhelmed. Grumpy Zero here doing the work, and point A goes down to Band, by the way.
Grumpy is doing his job so perfectly of knocking out Widow. That's twice now that Destroyer has been scoped in. Sorry, not Destroyer. Zoe's been scoped in, but Grumpy's destroyed him, and even now, it's still doing so much damage.
Yeah, this is problematic here for Top Ramen, because they got all short spawned, and they literally just got picked off as they were coming out of the spawn. So that is not good here. We're riding with Destroyer here, who's been really excellent here on this Widow. Now they've got to make sure that they do not misposition themselves. Graviton comes through, and Destroyer here trying to pick off any DPS that's going to be in there. Destroyer takes out Vespercy and Mr. Crit and Mr. Pandu. We're just seeing a field day here. Destroyer hitting every shot. Wow.
Wow, look at that. That was crazy. Have a look at Grumpy Zero's perspective. Let's let the stream have a peek at what's happening on the Tracer side of things. Because we have a nice little Tracer 1v1 now that Zoe has switched off from the Hanzo.
Yeah, so we got a good look there with Destroyer here. Now we're riding here with Grumpy Zero. And Grumpy Zero here in the backline as they still moving. He's just doing work here. Both DPS doing the business, as we say here on on point B.
Do we?
Yeah.
Is that what we say?
It's doing the business. But it looks like a stall coming through here, coming from Top Ramen, as they've able to sort of get control here of the points temporarily. Grumpy Zero takes out Pandu, but Technician takes out Vespercy. So losing the Mercy here on this push is going to be big. D.Va Bomb here actually sent into the back. Not going to do very much. Fenzito is discorded versus the Technician here, as Mr. Crit comes in to help finish off Technician, and they get a hold. My goodness here, they get the hold here on point B, and this is not good. This is not the point. Yeah, that was brilliant here from Top Ramen.
Zoe went down to 1 health, but managed to hold on the Tracers on both sides are just killing it today.
Yeah, so Zoe here switching off the Hanzo and is now able to sort of do what he needs to do. We're going to need some big kills here from Destroyer. People have got to be really, really careful here about where they stand. Positioning here, Mr. Crit, on the VOD review, gotta know, like when the Widow pops that ult, you just gotta stay behind a corner and just wait it out. So looks like here Destroyer still hitting shots, but everybody's now hidden behind a corner here, not necessarily doing what they need to do. Grumpy Zero is in spawn, so we're going to ride with Benzito here as he is trying to sort of hold off the rest of Banned by the Way. He jumps into the point, but he's getting all the healing that he absolutely needs, and then just gets bursted down.
Mr. Crit's gonna ult. Mr. Crit's gonna ult, and he's ready for his high noon. There it is.
Oh, Mr. Crit gets...
And he gets Mercy.
Yeah, he gets Eternal Shiva here, and that's a big kill as we're at 2 minutes here left on the clock. Excuse me.
And Mr. Crit with another one. That's Technician and Foxer down. He's doing so much work on the tanks.
Yeah, exactly. So turns 235 here left as they still keep pushing, and the defense holding steady here as I'm trying to sort of find a camera that might be useful. The Mailman here trying to back up. Destroyer getting Pandu out of mech. So Zoe gets rezzed here, but gets immediately killed. Vespercy and Zoe go down. Mailman delivering with the orbs here, and that might be problematic as now they have a 6v4 advantage. Destroyer now doing what he needs to do against Pandu. Benzito by his lonesome. This is not going to go well. And I think they're going to cap point B.
All the kills coming through. It's just how long Zoe can stall. But I guess they're going to try to hold it as long as they can.
Yeah.
Good on them.
So it looks like Grumpy Zero here in a fight in the back. But it's like
and
a
the Diva Bomb.
Diva Bomb does take out Mailman. They're still holding here, which is pretty crazy.
This could be winnable.
Yeah,
the
this
target focus just isn't there.
Yeah, it's not there here from Banned by the Way. They're looking really, really bad here. And now here's the ult from Benzito. Everybody's got to sort of get away from the Diva Bomb that doesn't hit anybody. And the Monkey ult here is going to do a good job at sort of spreading them out. My goodness, what a hold here by Top Ramen.
Holy moly.
Holy moly is right, Rasa.
They thought they had it in the bag, so they just stopped caring. And as soon as they did, Top Ramen took it. This is one of the cases of Top Ramen just wanting it more. They pushed hard, and Ban just didn't have it in them to contest that. They just got slaughtered. That was incredible play. The tenacity it's great.
Yeah, and Mr. Crit here with the ult. So
he's going to use it.
He's
5 seconds.
He's going to use it as they sort of come in. They got to destroy that shield down. So they want to demech the Diva here so that they can get him out and use this crit. Oh, great! Technician here up on the ground, getting support here. Mr. Crit not going to be able to sort of use it out. He's getting focused on, but Technician here getting ganged up on into the back. Grumpy Zero got rezzed, and Chowboy getting rezzed, but kills going the way of Top Ramen here. 27 seconds left on the clock. Banned by the Way have got to reset. Destroyer DMX Pandu, that might come into play here, but it looks like the Vespercy on the Valkyrie trying to do some business here on the Battle Mercy, takes out Destroyer, and we're down to 10 seconds. Can they get back to the point? Does Banned by the Way have the first loss of OWLET here, looking them in the face? Foxer gets onto the point here. They're going to be able to sort of stall it up. Benzito here, he is discorded here, so they have to be careful. Keep that healing up on him, and now it's going to just sort of evolve into a brawl here. Ults really are the ult advantage here from Banned by the Way, but Zoe gets 2 big kills, and they're going to use the bomb here on the point to push forward. They get Eternal Shiva, but nobody's going to be able to contest. Zoe here on the point. They're finally going to get it, and they get it in overtime. My goodness, wow. Banned by the Way break that defense there with a big bomb from Foxer, using it to sort of stall. Mr. Crit here getting sort of bad spawned here, but gets saved here. Thank goodness for that, for him, because that could have been very, very bad there for Top Ramen. Now, Banned by the Way have to finish this map. They have 109 here, getting arguably to one of the points that might be in their advantage here if they can put a ranged DPS here into the back, maybe put Destroyer back onto the Widow here, but kills going the side of Top Ramen. Oh, Zoe gets a big pulse bomb here, down to 50 seconds. Focus fire here from Top Ramen has been excellent. They want to maybe stall out Foxer a little more. No, they don't get to do it. And now the reset is in, and this is it, folks. Final push here coming in for Banned by the Way.
And look at Mr. Crit. He's going to move to the high ground now, so he can use his high noon from up high. There'll be nothing to block him. He's going to get a 6-man kill. It's going to be insane. And he needs to hide so they don't know he's there. Otherwise, Technician will dive him, and there it is.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. That was on the money there. So they wanted to get up top. They're not going to allow them that space here. Mr. Crit should probably be trying to get back onto the high ground here, but no, it's not going to happen. They're going to get some kills here, and it's going to go down to the wire. My goodness, kills going the way of Fan by the way. This has just not gone the way that they've wanted to. Benzito here trying to stall in the back. It's going to be in overtime here. They're going to get one last shot.
Where are the ults? Come on, Ramen, use your ults.
Nobody can get out is the problem. It looks like Zoe here on the point, finally stalling. Pandu finally gets out, but Zoe gets killed. Nothing on the nothing on the high noon here. Looks like a transcendence here to sort of rescue the team. They just need to knock them off or away from the point. The spawns are in the advantage of Top Ramen, but Top Ramen are not getting the kills. Vespersy going in for a crazy res there. Does not get it, gets pushed off. Looks like a Diva Bomb gets sent into the back. Does get the Mailman there. So Zoe gets killed, gets a big kill on Grumpy Zero. Still some kills coming through here. Mr. Crit trying to go huge here. Overtime spawns not going to let that happen. EMP. Oh, and they get it in overtime. They don't stop them. And by the way, still have life in their veins as they get all 3 points on Gibraltar.
Yeah, they were fighting hard for that one. What's his name? Where is he? Grumpy Zero. 5 kills in that final fight before he had to take a little swim with the fishes. That was an insane effort by Band. I think they got a little bit they felt that point B hold. That kind of hurt them a bit, and they pushed hard for point C. That was just great teamwork, great tenacity, and just great raw mechanical skill.
Yeah, great raw mechanical skill here, and Top Ramen have to be super careful here. They need to make sure that they win the fight coming out of point A here, because things can go really, really wrong on Gibraltar, because point A isn't a gimme, even with 3 minutes. It's not even a gimme with 1 minute. So therefore, like, they need to make sure that they do not push the Top Ramen does not allow Band by the way to actually go all the way through and cap point A, or I'm not sure if Top Ramen is going to be able to pull this off. So they're already set up here on defense, and Fenzito here on the Winston instead of the Reinhardt here. Maybe they're going to try to get aggressive. And I think with a minute here on the clock, they know they're going to take about like 5 or 6 seconds here to actually to get on the point here. So now Mr. Crit playing around the corner, going to try to avoid getting shot here by the Widow, as Destroyer here was always really, really good at the Widow here. So they're going to try to sort of move them here onto the point. And now Zoe gets Destroyer in the Band, and they're just diving into the back here. They're going to be hyper aggressive. That's what they're looking for. But Benzito goes down, but they've got the kills that they need. Chowboy and Mr. Crit get up. Rez comes in for Benzito. Look at this. They're taking the fight to them here. I love it from Top Ramen. This is what you want to see. They do not allow Band by the way to get a free push in any way. So now they have it stuck here with 15 seconds left to go. Last fight coming in for Top Ramen. And it looks like Fenzino and Vespersy are going to camp out up at the top here. Technician jumps up and tries to get him down. They want to make sure that they need to stay alive here. No unnecessary deaths. Zoe gets the Mailman, and like Mailman going down here. Pulse Bomb takes Destroyer out. Zoe just carrying hard here onto this point. Shield goes down, and we're in overtime here, so the spawns are going to extend here. They need to take down the tanks. Boxer is trying to get focused down here by Chowboy, but nothing doing here. An ult comes through. That might be what they need. Nobody here on the point. Boxer trying to sort of hold off on the point as best he can. Grumpy Zero here trying to sort of stay alive on the point. The spawn is so close. They need to focus fire on Destroyer. Overtime ticks down, and that's as far as it goes. I love the aggressiveness, Raza. That was something other than what we would normally expect from a Gibraltar, where you try to play safe in the back. Instead, they said, screw this, we're going to punch him in the mouth and see how they react. And they reacted like they got punched in the mouth.
That's absolutely right. The traditional way to hold if it's in overtime, to stay further back, wait 20 seconds, and then just take one fight. Because if you can win that one fight, that's all you need. But instead, Ramen pushed really far ahead, and they took 2 fights, but they won both of them. So now it's going to be far easier for them to cap this with 3 minutes. It was a very bold play by them, but it worked so well. And that was very much partly thanks to Zoe, who was doing so much work on both fights.
Yeah, hard
Both
carrying.
traces were, but Zoe was doing great.
Oh yeah, Zoe was
And
hard
then
carrying. That was fantastic, and you're right. So, sorry to
this,
interrupt.
yeah, Hodo, who do you think you are?
I know. I'm only the play-by-play.
Yeah, you know your place. But this shouldn't be too hard for Ramen to cap. They have a pretty good dive going, especially with Mr. Crit. There's not going to be any hit scan coming out from Band, so Mr. Crit should be able to just carry this one on his back. But well, maybe we'll see an amazing hold. Maybe Zero will hit 1,000 arrows. Who knows? Let's have a look.
Yeah, so here we go. Here comes the push here, and Mr. Crit immediately goes into the air here. No Widow. I'm surprised on defense. Band, by the way, didn't go with the Widow here to see if they could just get the fight to turn around. It could be that the spirits are broken on the side of Band, by the way. They do have 3 minutes. Mr. Crit here takes Destroyer down, and Eternal Shiva does get Destroyer back up, but you see where the golden box of victory is. It's not going to take very long. They just need to get a couple kills here, and then they'll be able to sort of move this payload. Down goes the rest of Band, by the way, and that's by the it. What a gamble there by Top Ramen. Top Ramen take Gibraltar and the series 3-1. Hey, folks.
That was just some bold play. And it paid off so well. That was just excellent work. And Foxer with a real good play the game. This was just so good. So, Hoda Hori, are we doing player interviews?
Yeah, well, let's try to get Mr. Crit in here because I want to talk to him about that final push. Because
why don't we just jump into their Discord real quick?
We can't because there's not enough. I don't think we can all fit. So
yeah, it's 12 slots. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna go. So I'm gonna update the scores here.
Player interviews.
Yeah, so I'm gonna update the scores here. So Top Ramen win Gibraltar 4-3, and the series overall 3-1. So we're gonna jump in to the Top Ramen Discord here and get some interviews here with the teams. I'm hoping Raza actually has sort of gone in there and actually started talking to him a little bit to let them know that we are coming in.
Talked really fast.
All right, hey guys, Top Ramen, how you doing? Congratulations on the win.
Hi.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, all right, I got a first question I gotta ask is that was a ballsy play to sort of go at them right there at the end of Gibraltar. So who made that call?
I think it was Pandu.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pandu wants to get in their face every single fight.
Yeah, he wanted to be really aggressive and push up.
Put him on a
I
chain.
think that was his plan, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Sorry,
that was excellent. I loved it because like most teams will play a little standoffish and you sort of just want to take one fight and try to make them walk back. But you guys gambled and the gamble paid off because that was excellent play by you guys. So fantastic work.
Thanks.
You guys gave Band, by the way, their first loss. How does that feel?
Yeah.
I mean,
Unexpected.
it definitely feels good because I know they're definitely like a really top tier team on standings wise. So going into it, like it's...
And then the first point they capped on Volskaya in like 2 pushes.
Yeah. So
I think the big thing is we were able to capitalize on the fact that they likely underestimated us.
Okay.
Our record coming in was 1-2.
yeah, 1-2.
But you know, we've been practicing like crazy. We've been doing VOD reviews. We've been like really making sure that we step our game up as a team. And I just don't think they were prepared for that.
Okay, so Ben, by the way, is a pretty high tier team. Does this mean you're a high tier team as well? Should other teams be looking out for you guys now?
I mean,
No, every team should be underestimating us from here on out.
Yeah, please. It works.
That's a good attitude to have.
But
if we can beat Band, by the way, who says we can't beat anybody else?
Oh yeah, so
Microsoft Excelsior next, boys.
that's exactly
we're
right.
coming back for our first loss against them.
Oh yeah.
We're coming back for revenge.
Okay. So did you do any preparation specifically for Band, by the way? Or were you just playing standard comps that you would for anyone?
I kind of researched, I believe earlier today, I looked at some of their, I believe one of their past VODs, and I noticed that they tend to be like very, almost kind of aggressive sometimes. And I kind of took note of that. And the comps that we ran today were kind of like the standard ones we usually do. We switched it up sometimes, like I know I went Mk3 sometimes when I was getting countered as Pharah. We had like a short like practice, like 30 minutes before the match, but we didn't do anything like huge. We did have a couple VOD reviews. We did in days preparation before. But
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Well, is there anything you'd like to say to the 20,000-ish people watching the stream right now?
What?
Um,
God, I didn't know about that before.
Ish. It's an approximation.
Yeah.
Ah.
Top ramen.
You do
is
the
on
math
rise.
converting it from like a float to an int, and it gets all weird.
Yeah, that's it.
Bounding up.
Base
Cheese Head
2.
NFL. We're sorry we couldn't get Captain, but yeah.
Yeah, if Cheesehead is watching, we're sorry we didn't get to play Cap today.
We know you're his #1 fan.
And
We
I
see you
think
in the
she
chat all
said
the
just
time.
turns off the stream if
Probably.
he's
Probably.
just like, bye.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for answering a couple of our questions. Congratulations on your win. You played really
Thank
well,
you.
and I was impressed. The stream was impressed. It was just good all around.
Yeah.
So,
Very good
Thank you,
play,
guys.
guys.
Appreciate it, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
All right.
Thank
for
y'all.
casting.
Thanks for having us.
All right, Caster 1, Raza. All right, so that was Top Ramen. They win their game, upsetting Banned by the Way 3-1. Final thoughts, Raza, on your game? It seemed like they were very excited about the win, and it looks like they've gotten some practice in, so they are not going to be the team that started OWLET 1 and 2. They are now 2 and 2, and looking pretty good here for looking for aiming for a playoff spot here at the end of the season.
yeah, to me, this match was straight out of a drama series on TV. A team who's not so good in the rankings, they work really hard and they prepare, they do their best, and they manage to clutch it out over a top-tier team. I think this is a great example of hard work paying off.
Yeah, so fantastic stuff here by Top Ramen. And that's going to do it for us. For Raza and for Okami, who was our referee and room sort of host, I am Hodohori. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is Top Ramen taking the upset victory over Banned by the Way 3-1. Check out more games here in OWLET on Sunday starting at 5, I think. So 5 o'clock games
5
will,
is right.
yeah, 5 o'clock. All 8 teams will be active for week 3 of OWLET. And pay attention to this channel, as I will have my OWLET week in review that will be probably airing on midnight Wednesday. As we will go through all of the games from the week, and we'll try to tell you which VODs to go over, which players were the best players this week, and we'll be looking forward to the end of the stage, where we will have a special end of stage presentation that will be on the main channel. But for Raza, for Okami, I am Hodohori. It is Top Ramen taking the match 3-1 over Banned by the Way. We will see you next time.